Hi, this is video 2 in the playlist where we're looking at plotting quadratic graphs. Now in this particular one, we're being asked to plot y equals x squared plus x minus 8. You get two types of questions. You either get the type where they give you a whole bunch of x values and then you need to just fill in the blanks and then plot it. Or in this particular case, I'm not going to give you any values at all, okay, and we're going to make up our own because generally speaking with these, it's far easier perhaps to start with looking at the actual graph. So you can see here I've got values of x from minus 10 through to positive 10, okay? So my best advice would be to start really with 0, because if we put 0 into this particular equation, we can work out the value of y fairly easily by saying that x equals 0 and y equals 0 squared, which is going to be just 0, plus 0, and then minus 8. So y is going to be minus 8. Okay, so let's then move on a little bit. Now, bearing in mind what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get some idea of what the graph is going to look like when I draw it out. So I'm going to be relatively cautious and just use the value of x equals 1. Okay, well, 1 squared is going to be 1, plus 1 is going to be 2, and then 2 minus 8 is going to be minus 6, okay? So what I've got now is a graph that starts all the way down here, 0, 8 minus 8, which is going to be about there, okay? And then I've got another line, which is when x is, or another point where x is positive 1, y is going to be equal to minus 6. So I've got that point over there. So let's go back and just carry on a little bit further now, where x is going to be a value of 2. Well, that's going to give me 2 squared, which is 4, plus 2 is 6, and then minus 8 is going to give me minus 2. Okay, let's have a look at 3. So when x is 3, I've got 3 squared, which is 9, plus 3 again, which is 12, and then take away 8 is going to be 4. All right, well, this is now getting into positive value of y. So let's just take the moment to actually just plot those 2 points. The first one is going to be 2 minus 2 is there, and then my second one is going to be 3, 4, which is going to be up here. And hopefully you can see that as I'm working this through, this is the right hand side of the graph. It's going to come up here like that, and actually it's not going to be very long before it goes off the edge of my grid. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to very briefly have a look at what y would be when x equals 4. So I've got 4 squared is 16, plus 4 again is going to be 20, minus 8 is going to be 12. Well, actually, at that point, 4, 12, it's actually going to be 4, and then it's going to come off my grid all the way up there somewhere. So it's going to give me just a little idea. It's going to be up here. Okay, so my right-hand side of the graph has been completed, but I need now to look at the left-hand side of the graph. And I'm going to basically do everything in a mirror. So what I'm going to say is actually I'm going to look at x being now minus 1. Okay, well, if x is minus 1, I've got minus 1 squared, which is going to be 1, minus 1. So these two are going to cancel themselves out. I get left with minus 8. Okay, and then I've got minus 2. So minus 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. And then 2 minus 8 is going to give me minus 6. And like I did before, I'm just going to plot those 2 points and see what we end up with. So we're going to get minus 1 minus 8 is down here. Okay, so it looks like that's the bottom of the graph, which is great. And bearing in mind it's not going to be a flat bottom, it's kind of curves around. I'm going to get minus 2 and 6, which is going to be there. So let's see if this point is going to be duplicated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the value of x as being now minus 3. So minus 3 squared is going to be 9. Then 9 minus 3 is going to be 6, and 6 minus 8 is going to be minus 2. And then finally, I'm going to look at minus 4. Well, minus 4 squared is going to be 16. 16 minus 4 is 12, and 12 minus 8 is going to be positive 4. So let's just plot those 2 points. So I'm going to get minus 3 minus 2 is there, which is good because that's a nice sort of mirror there. And then I'm also going to get minus 4 and 4. And again, it's mirroring at the top there. Okay, so let's have a look now at the final value, which is how far does it come up here? Okay, it's going to be kind of like that, but it's going to be in this mirror line. Not sure where the mirror line is on the video, but hopefully you get some idea that now if I plot minus 5, I've got minus 5 squared is going to be 25. 25 minus 5 is 20. Then I'm going to get minus 8. That's going to give me minus 12. Okay, so again, if I come along to minus 5, I can go up and off the grid to minus 12, which is going to be up here somewhere. Okay, so now it's going to be very difficult for me to draw this on the graph on the video, but I'll give it my best shot. So basically, I'm going to come down like that to that one. Okay, it's going to go through that coordinate, and then I'm going to go around. Remember, it's not, as I mentioned, a flat bottom to these things. There are going to be a nice smooth curve going back up to that point there, and then I'm just going to kind of aim to go all the way up there to that one. A little bit wobbly, but hopefully you get the idea. It's going to go something like that. Not a very good finish there, but this would be a good representation of y equals x squared plus x. So if I write that down for you, y equals x squared plus x minus 8. Okay, hope that's been useful to you. Please do add a comment below. In the comments, I'll always come back to you. Have a look at the other video within the playlist, and I'll look forward to seeing you inside the next video.